How is it coming back after so long to reprise the roles that you played before?
So fantastic. It's like a family reunion. When we first saw each other in the booth, it was very exciting. And it's just seeing, we grew up together. Honestly, it's been, 30 years ago, right? Oh, God. Saying that out loud is scary. But, right? I mean, none of us were married or had kids or, we really been through so much of life
I
together.
had a kid pretty
You did?
early. 26 years ago, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think my firstborn is yours.
Yeah.
That's
what was happening in
how
my
far
family.
back we go.
Yeah.
I know. It's like a dream. It's just, it feels so good to, in the first place, we're actors, so we love working.
Yes.
And, when I first got the cast in the show, it was just one of those things that you're like, oh my God, we are so lucky. And, I've said this many times that I learned so much as a writer from King of the Hill. And, the rhythms, like the way I like to write, the way I like to hear things. I love heart. I like a sweetness, but I like it to still have teeth. And so to be in that world and a part of that world again, with my old friends and with Sal coming in, Saladin, who's like an OG fan of the show, just infused a new energy in there into this world that is very much like still that it's still Arlen, and
It was
it's
nice.
really
I
good.
recently saw a friend of mine, my best friend from high school, this guy John McCoy, back in Marshalltown, Iowa. And he's a journalist that worked with a newspaper in Vermont. And I hadn't seen him in 15 years. We saw each other, pals, and he hadn't changed. And I'm like, man, that's the same goofy dude that I knew back then. That's so great. He's married, got a couple kids. And that's what it feels like going back to Arlen, going back to the show. It's like these old friends that hadn't changed.
That's the perfect
You know what?
metaphor.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're still the same as they were. And it's rare that you get that opportunity to encounter someone as they were 20 years ago, like John. But here we are. And it's such a warm, inviting, full circle kind of meeting. It's a real embrace. It was pretty wonderful.
I'll just add, as Pam said, I was a fan of the show before, show running this version of it. So for me, it was like coming back and just seeing people that I had missed as well. And like I enjoyed our table reads so much because you guys would come and sit down and you'd be catching up with each other and you'd be talking about it's so fun to do this again. And our job as writers was to recapture that energy that they had with each other and then put that into the scripts, in terms of the characters and things. So that was really fun for me.
Growing up, I grew up outside of Dallas, and I remember getting to college, and my whole dorm was watching King of the Hill, and I'm thinking, that's just Northeast Texas, like that.
Exactly, right.
It's funny, man.
And I know that the way I felt about my hometown has changed as I've grown up. Can you talk about, was it just stepping back into it and writing the same jokes again? Has 2025, the modern time, changed how you feel about country folks outside of Dallas?
So these are all things that we wrestle with, right? Because in writing, especially when you bring something back, you have to answer the why now. Like why not let it be? And Greg and Mike, when they first came up with the idea of maybe continuing the show, that's been in the works for about 10 years that they've been talking about doing it. And it was that process was figuring out, okay, if we're going to do it, how do we make it relevant? How do we make it something that makes sense? And the show was always a little bit of a love letter to Texas, a little bit with the characters. But we wanted to be careful not to just make it, something that's just commentary about how things have changed, because we see that enough in the news. It really was more about, like what Toby was saying, how real people have evolved, how real people would have grown, how real people would have stayed the same. And we wanted to show both sides of that, so we set the show up to where Hank and Peggy are kind of coming back to Arlen, just like all of us who watch it would be coming back to Arlen. So there will be some observations about what's changed and what's different, but the show really, really lives in the fact that the things that don't change are the things that matter the most, right? Relationships, the people, the characters.
I think
and
that
things
was
like
so
that.
smart to
Well
make
said,
them
too.
go to Saudi Arabia.
Right.
that was
exactly.
really-
Came up with that. That's
I just
awesome.
think that's such a really kind of not even it doesn't feel inorganic.
Right.
It's like a really clever way to make them feel like a fish out of water in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
The way everybody feels right now. We're all like, wait, what's happening?
Right.
You know, and like,
Crazy.
you know, everything is just like freaking white LED overhead lighting and bad music and you know, you can't say that, you can't say this, and all of the kind of the new rules, which are what. So I just think it's really a smart way to do it, and to make Bobby, you know, to just kind of push forward,
Right.
like I don't know, 7
No, so
years.
even if the
Right.
show's
something.
the most turbulent the show can get, it's still gentle.
Yeah.
It's still gentle. Everyone's gentle with each other. They can be hard with each other, but there's an overwhelming kind of gentleness that you don't see very often
Right.
in shows, and you definitely don't see. It's hard to kind of find that out running around in the world today. So I think anytime you can kind of maximize that kind of sweetness and that gentleness is profound.
And I think right now that's what we
We
all
need.
need
Right.
more than anything.
Right.
So smart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I guess a lot of time has passed between the 13th season and this one.
Mhm.
Do y'all have, going into y'all's characters back in the booth, do y'all have y'all's own little lore that y'all have created for y'all's characters between the time to get back into the new season?
I mean, it lives inside me. He lives. Make me the host. I mean, it's just, it's, you know, you become the Bible of your character inadvertently.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
though
yeah,
we were
yeah,
talking today about like the fans are the ones
Right.
who really will hold you accountable.
That's so true. They
You
know everything.
They like do not deviate or whatever. So it's like we need, you know, there is much part of the show. You know, you and your college guys growing up. Ew, I'm just imagining you guys in your dorm. Ew. Oh my God. Imagine.
Why you?
Because.
Oh,
No. That's so funny.
That's awesome.
But it was easy to go back into it. But then you have questions. You're like, you know. But I have 3 kids, so you know what it's like. One day you look at your kid and she's walking up the stairs, and I'm like, oh my God, you just became an adult. I just saw that the click.
So true.
You know,
Yeah.
and so if people like may go, well, I don't know if I want to see Bobby older or anything like
Well,
that.
even when I saw the first drawing of Bobby, I went, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh no,
so
Bobby's
true.
a dude. Oh wait, is that okay? Oh yeah, okay. Get
Yeah.
used to that. That's all right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
But the first
First
look is like,
time.
oh, dude, I love Bobby. So it's great, but it is a little shocking to see.
I also think from an acting point of view, it's like anytime a character hits, it's usually because the actor is just drawing upon themselves. Like whatever Connie's attributes are, you know, I can just tap into the part of me that's like that. And so it changes from role to role, but I think this wasn't really too far of a stretch. I just had to look to my kids because Pammy and I don't, Charlotte's older, I think, but
26, yeah.
26, yeah. So, I mean, since Connie is now, you
Close
know,
to that age, yeah.
close to my kids' age, I have to kind of like think in that mentality because it's so different from when I was in my 20s.
Well, I had a mental thing because when I would see a picture of Bobby, I'm like, oh, that's me. Oh, like like that looks like me to me. Like I see, I'm like, that's me. It, you know, it more than if I saw a photo of my lady face. It's Bobby. Is so.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And when I started doing Min back then, almost 30 years ago, I was kind of channeling my grandmother, but now I'm like the right age to be doing Min.
Totally.
I'm actually older than Min.
Now, were you ever, like, lots of times with these animated shows, characters never change.
Right.
Were you worried about making such a big change with a lot of these characters coming back?
Yes, it's conversations that, I mean, Greg and Mike had made this decision when they decided to bring it back, that they would age Bobby up. So it was something that we were committed to, but yes, we were worried that, people are going to say, oh my goodness, I want Bobby to stay young, So we took it upon ourselves to make sure that you still see that Bobby that you grew up loving inside of adult Bobby. Like, like I always joke now with me and my friends, is like, we all stopped at high school pretty much. Like we have jobs now, and family, things like that.
Arrested.
Emotionally, exactly.
Yeah.
And all it takes is going back to visit your family for a holiday to realize, oh crap, this is just like it was when I was a kid.
But Sal, you went to MIT.
Right.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
That doesn't surprise me.
But so again, I was a nerd then, and I'm a nerd now. But so hopefully, yes, the characters are aged up, and then that's something that we do want to embrace creatively, because most animated shows don't do that. But I think the joy is going to be, and I think you had mentioned this too, Toby, just seeing inside though that they're still the same guys.
Yeah, that's a brilliant thing about
Yeah.
what they did with aging Bobby up. Is you look at him, you go, he's a dude now. Oh, he's still Bobby.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
exactly.
Bobby was always like an
Oh,
ageless
exactly,
character.
exactly. He was already,
and he was already like a grown up
right. Exactly, so true.
person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he was teaching his parents,
Mhm, right,
he
yeah.
really was.
He was
Like,
something, yeah, he was.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Peggy thinks she's younger now, though. It's weird. It's weird.
Oh, bless her heart.
So, since you've been a fan,
Yes.
and you just didn't do that, you did Wonder Years. I love that show.
Thank you.
And I feel when you have a fan coming to take over something like this, you can see the passion come out, and I'm looking forward to seeing
Aw.
tonight the trailer.
Mhm.
Or actually, I don't know what episodes we're gonna watch.
Right.
Are we gonna watch?
I think it's just a
It'd be
trailer.
nice to see the
I
show.
think
At,
just
at
a
least,
right-
at least a trailer. At least
Yeah.
What do we got
It's gonna
coming?
be a clip.
Clip.
Oh, couple of clips.
Exclusive, though.
Yes,
Exclusive.
exclusive. But
Exclusive.
I like what you did with Wonder Year. I'm looking forward to see what you and the team put together.
Hey, Sal!
Thank you. I think you're gonna be pleased. I really do. I think I think we kept what was so special about the original, and I think we wrapped it in something that's gonna feel relevant to today as well. But that chorus was very important to keep.
Sweet.
So you've worked on some of my favorite sitcoms going back to being in college, all sorts of things.
Thank you.
And in terms of being in charge of a show now, do you have anything that you look back and think, there was a moment where I learned I will never run a room like that, or better yet, a great thing you have picked up that you think I'm doing that in every one of my rooms from now on?
You kind of talked about that last night.
Yeah, right. Exactly. In terms of putting the room together, and the elements and key elements there. So this has been interesting, and I've been in a situation like this before. When Greg and Mike, gave me the biggest compliment in the world, asking me to come and be the showrunner for this. They were like, we've done our version, we had our baby, we wanted this to be yours. And I quickly realized they were lying. Okay. This is still very much their baby, right? Still very much their baby, which is great, and it's fine. I'll tell you why. Because when we started doing the season that you guys are getting ready to see next month, it was so great having them be hands-on, because it was so important to just for us to feel like it was the same world, right? And they had created rules for the world. And so my job was to actually take those rules from the world and make them rules in this world, okay? And so in terms of, answering your question, I had a learning curve myself, because I had ideas about how to do the characters. I love the characters, I knew the characters. But there's something to be said about the people who, in Mike's case, literally embody the characters, okay? So in terms of running a show when you are shepherding someone else's show that they did it before you, I do think it's very important, as much as you can, to make sure that they feel like they're watching the thing that they created as well, right? Now they'll say that they brought me on because they wanted me to add something new to it, and I do think that we did that. But it was just very important to kind of learn what the rules of their world were, also to learn what rules to break, because we did do that as well, because I think that's the creative process has to be that in some kind of way. What's something that we can show a character do in this version that he probably would not have done in the previous version because he hadn't had experiences yet. So those are things. Yeah.
So when you watch it, do you get to see your imprint on it? Do you see it and go, oh, that's okay?
Well,
I see this too, because you have to be able to see that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
look, Hank's black son. Oh crap! I shouldn't have said that. No, I'm kidding. That's a spoiler. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, seriously.
The teacher just said, "Shut the cow."
So
as objectively as you can,
Right.
you go, yeah, okay.
So I'll be honest with you. There are certain, and you'll see, coming from the pilot. The pilot, me, Greg, and Mike wrote together. So there, things there that are all our points of view. But there's certain episodes that came where I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to see my version of King of the Hill storytelling.
Okay,
Which is great.
okay.
Which is great. Which is still King of the Hill storytelling, but I could say it's because of also my experiences and my point of view. So that certainly was a part of it. But I think I would have been more like Icarus if I tried to start with that and not let it start with more a version of Mike and Greg's storytelling.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess y'all's characters, and then you're taking on a new role, a new character. Do y'all have ideas going into it of what y'all would want them to do in the upcoming seasons, or are there story arcs y'all might have missed out on the first run that you're maybe trying to push a little bit more?
For me, the greatest thing was to just see what they did, because we
Yeah.
trusted the writers
Yeah.
so much the first run that we had. It's like any situation that they put us in, we went, oh, fantastic. And that was so complete. Trust with these guys. They were really good. So, yeah, whatever they wanted to do, I'm definitely behind it now. Yeah.
Yeah, what he said, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't think that I could come up with something as brilliant as whatever the writers would come up with. No way.
The only thing, bringing Cotton back from the dead, I thought. I get it.
Exactly right.
Yeah, giant shins, way too long for a man.
He grew.
He grew.
Giant shins.
Taller ghost guy.
His ghost, yeah, ghost Cotton. That's giant shins.
Was there a particular catchphrase or line that you were excited to be able to say again? And for you, was there one that you particularly wanted to write again?
I'll let you guys start, 'cause you guys lived them.
I mean, anything. I'm a whore. I'll say whatever.
I don't think, did I say I killed 50 men? And
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things ever, and now and again, someone will come up to me, like on a set or something, and go, did you kill 50 men?
Actually, I should rephrase. I think I'm a slut. I said the wrong
Or
word.
that's my first.
Misspeak. There's so many. Oh my god, the tattoos. There's so many people who have a Bobby
Yeah.
tattoo.
Oh, that's so awesome.
They got cotton tattoos.
And like the
Yeah,
one,
right.
the one, it's like a bobby pin.
Mhm.
So it's like a bobby pin, but with
Oh
this
my
pen.
gotcha,
god,
that's cool.
that's
That's
clever.
a
That's
lot
cool.
of people, and a lot of people have Bobby sitting with like a bag of chips with his shirt
Shirt
up.
up. Yeah, I see
I'm
that, I
like,
see
why
that.
the fuck did you put that on
Right.
your?
I would like Bobby as Dalai Lama.
That's
Right,
the
that's
one.
the one.
If I would get
Yes,
one, it
yes,
would be
exactly.
like on my chakra or something.
I
Well,
think.
what's your catchphrase?
I don't know. Do I have a catchphrase?
You have one?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
'cause
Connie
Connie's
and men have a
right,
catchphrase.
yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't
I'm
call
not
it
sure.
catchphrase.
Can't think of
yeah.
anything.
I mean, I catch attitudes for sure, but not.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I know for the writers, we were all wondering when we would have Hank say that boy ain't right. And I think because we didn't want it to feel the same because Bobby's grown now, so I think
Yeah.
we put a twist on it, in terms of how what Hank would say now when he felt about Bobby the way he used to feel then about they still got
He's
some.
always gonna be his boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Peggy has ho yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
That
sure.
came back easy.
Yeah, yeah,
Easy.
exactly.
Yeah.
So one quickly.
Yeah.
So the photos show that Bobby supposedly is a chef.
Mm-hmm.
So is he the chef or does he report to a chef? One. And if that's the case, do we hear Bobby say, yes, chef?
No, don't give any of this shit away to me.
Exactly right.
No, sir.
Mhm.
I don't
Okay.
know if you can say that.
I don't know what I can say.
You can
Dad,
say yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the chef.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He's the boss.
All right. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you get,
Thank you.
Batman.
He's the chef and she's the boss.
There you go.
No.
That's our time, folks.
All right.
Okay. Thank you guys
Nice
so
to
much.
meet you guys.
Oh, thank you.